All right, well, I'm waiting on some more supplies to come in. I went ahead and patched these two holes right here. There was two through holes right here. They were, really low, and those hoses would come down below the gunnel here. So I closed the other side off, and I'm gonna close this side off. And I epoxied it and glassed 2 layers of 1708, and I cored it with little 1/2-inch circles of Akusa board. But I'm gonna put my through holes here and here, so that way the 2 hoses stay underneath the gunnel, and it'll be real clean, and you won't never see the hoses from inside the boat. So I did that. That's one of the little things I had to do. I'm still waiting on my glass to come in. Right now, I was just gonna lightly sand the outside, and just where I've kind of like had an overspray, overspill, like resin and stuff like that. And I just took off the trailer guides, so I can get around the boat really smooth, kind of trimming some bushes here as well. So just doing what I can while I'm waiting on more stuff to come in. All right, get back at it. All right, guys. Well, so next morning, I glassed this in with epoxy, and I filled it with epoxy filler, and then 2 layers of 1708. And I'm gonna come back in and sand this and total fair it in. But move the 2 through hole ports up here. For the bilge pumps, we want to move them up higher, so that way that those hoses come straight out, and it's not, you can't see it from the inside. I'll show you what I mean when I get inside. But yesterday I took in sanded the whole outside of the hole, and went in and kind of grinded out like any chips and stuff that I found, and try to grind most of it down just to prep it ready, get it one step closer for paint. Little chips and stuff like this, I'll come back in with total fair. But I pretty much did all the way around the boat. Most of the underneath, but not all of it. I'm gonna have to go back in and do some more. And off the next. I gotta come back in and grind this, set this down. That's the epoxy on the back side. I didn't put a piece of glass on this side. I just went ahead and epoxied it. I'm gonna come back in and sand it and see how it turns out. I glassed the other side. That side over there, I did glass it, but I don't think I really need it on the inside. But I'll grind it, sand down. I'm gonna fair this in. This is the old holes that were covered up. But what I'm talking about is these hoses went into here like this, and you could see them. Well, I'm actually going to move them up higher, so that way you won't never see them underneath the gunnel right here. I want it to be very clean. I don't like seeing hoses and stuff like that. You shouldn't see stuff like that. So I did the same thing on my last boat. For some reason they were kind of off to the side. My last 26, I had a hose that did that right there, and it just drove me nuts. So I took and moved it back in. But it'll look good. I'm gonna order new through holes and get that sanded down and faired in. All right, so the plan for today is I'm still waiting on that roll of 1708 to glass in the last fish box. So I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding with 80 grit paper all the way around the inside of the boat, and just clean up the inside and get ready to total fair. And then that way, once I get that box glassed in, then I can wash the whole boat down and then paint it and then epoxy the deck plates on. So it's getting really close. So I just gotta doing little things that I can do with what materials that I have. Just keep moving forward with it and doing what I can. All right, here we go. was a lot of sanding right there. But I got it done, got it cleaned up pretty good. I used 80 grit paper to go all the way around the side. So I did all the way around the sides, and then I'm gonna go back in and do underneath. I gotta do that by hand with a bar and 80 grit. But other than that, it's cleaned up pretty good. Once I get all this sanded down, I need to vacuum it out, blow it out, and it should be ready for epoxy. As soon as I get this, my glass comes in, I'll get this box right here glassed in, sanded and grinded, and I'll be ready to epoxy the deck plates on. All right, well, I got this piece done. I just rinsed the boat off real quick and just getting ready to clean the boat. But I went ahead and sanded that down and got the inside and outside done. So still waiting on the glass. It hasn't come in yet. The glass system, I'm going to rinse everything else down. I've sanded all inside, around and around the top. I've got to get a little bit more on that up here in this little skinny spot right here. I need to get me some kind of other sander, like a skinny sander to get in here to really get this good. But I got everything else all the way around the bow. But got my bilge set up, getting ready to clean all this out, spray it all down, and then let all the water drain in here, and then hook my bilge up to the battery and then pump it out. Water's draining pretty good, working just like it should. Cut right out of the little 1-inch tube that I cut in there. Bilge pick it up, we'll pick it up and take it to the back. This drained really nice too, huh? No water in there at all. That's good. Almost looks like I knew what I'm doing. Turned out pretty good. Very thankful for that. So I got all this sanded down. It looks really clean. I got to come back in and hit it with a 220. Hit it with a total fair, like some of the little spots that need to be faired out. And get ready for paint. Motor looks pretty when it's all washed down. I got to come in and spray this and clean this out and start sanding this down a little bit. I'm gonna paint all this last. I'm gonna focus on just the outside bilge areas, so I can get my deck on. Then I'll come back inside and then paint everything else up. I started measuring the inside of this box right here for my life jacket box. I'm gonna build a bilge over here, over this, and it's gonna sit in there like that. All right, I'm gonna keep cleaning her up and get her ready for paint.